Hello friends, this is Professor Pratap N. Shinde. Welcome you all for the lecture series of Engineering Mechanics. Before proceeding towards the today's lecture or the subject, I would like to welcome you for the this is the one of the best reputed institute, that is Sanjivani College of Engineering. Also, I will extend my gratitude, or I will give you the best of luck for your journey of becoming engineer. Okay friends, so today we are going to start our subject engineering mechanics. So in this lecture we are just going to introduce what are the contents in this subject and what are the prerequisite required for learning this subject, as well as we are going to recall some of the basics that you have already learned in school days or in a junior college. Okay. S- Friends, actually this subject is for 120 to 125 marks. It contains the in semester exam that is having the 30 marks. So during this course we have to give the examination. This is for 30 marks, and the end semester examination is for the 50 marks. After completion of this course, you have to give the examination that is for the 50 marks, and teacher assessments are there which carry the 20 marks. The in teacher assessment we are going to provide you some assignments, uh, so you have to complete that assignment within some stipulated time, as well as we are going to keep some weightage for your sincerity, your attendance into the class, and your behavior. So all that carries the 20 marks, and 25 marks is for the term work. So the total weightage for this subject is 125 marks and the credits are 4. For this subject there are the 3 lectures per week and 2 practical hours per week. So that is 1 term for practical. So there are 6 units that we have to learn during this journey of engineering mechanics. So what are that 6 units? So first unit is to learn the system of force. So in system of force there are some basic concept, then how to resolve the force, what is parallel force, what is concurrent force, what is the moment of force, couple and Varignon's theorem, as well as we have to learn to find out the resultant of concurrent and non-concurrent forces. Now come towards the second unit. Second unit is completely based on the base of first unit, that is equilibrium of forces. Then third unit is a little bit smaller and it is of centroid. Here you have to find out the centroid of composite lamina, plain lamina, as well as wire and bends. Then fourth unit is of analysis of truss and cables. Now last two units, that is unit number 5 and unit number 6, it is based on dynamics. First 4 units of statics and last 2 units of dynamics. So what is statics and what is dynamics, what is engineering mechanics, that we are going to learn in your second lecture. So don't worry about that. So here on your screen I have mentioned some books. So there are some textbook and some reference books are there. So out of that, Beer and Johnson book is the best book. You can go for that book. As well as in our library, A.K. Tayal is also available. S.S. Bhavipakatti's book also available. So all the books which we have mentioned here, 10 books we have mentioned, and all the books are available in our library. So our library is one of the best library we have in Pune University. So friends, please take note of this, and you have to uh, enjoy that library we are having and get a benefit of that also. So what are the prerequisites required for this subject? So you must know the functions of calculator. So you are able to do the calculation on calculator. The calculators are scientific calculator. Here I have mentioned smart. It is not a smart. It is scientific calculators. So different calculators are available. That is 100 ms and 900 ms. So out of that you have to choose any one, but it is non. It is a scientific calculator. Non-programmable is mentioned, but you can choose any one. Okay. Then some mathematics is required, simple mathematics. Then trigonometric rules. I think all of you are aware about this rules. You have learned this trigonometric rules since ninth standard. And geometry rules. In geometry we must know the triangle geometry and angle geometry. So simple geometric rules you must know before learning this subject. Okay, so here in front of your screen I am providing the some trigonometric formulas. So you have to learn these formulas. I think many of the students have know these formulas also. Okay, so I am not going into the detail about these formulas. So just I have read what is sine theta, what is tan theta, that is sine theta upon cos theta. What is cot theta, it is cos theta upon sine theta. What is cosec theta, 1 upon sine theta. What is sec theta, 1 upon cos theta. What is cot theta, it is inverse of tan theta. Like this formula you have to be learn. And some trigonometric formula is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Then tan square theta minus sec theta, sec square theta is equal to 1. So such formula you must have to be learn before learning this subject. Okay, so let's revise some geometrical rules. Come towards the angle geometry. So what is acute angle? The acute angle is nothing but the angle which is less than 90 degree is your acute angle. Then angle, what is obtuse angle? The angle which is more than 90 degree is known as a obtuse angle. So obtuse angle is always lies in between 90 to 180 degree. Here angle A is acute angle who is less than 90 degree. Here angle B is obtuse angle which is greater than 90 degree but less than 180 degree. So it is obtuse angle. Then straight angle. Straight angle is nothing but the angle who is equal to 180 degree is a straight angle. Here in this figure, angle AOB, this angle is of 180 degree, therefore it is known as a straight angle. Now what is supplementary angle? The sum of the two angle, when it is 180 degree, then it is called as a supplementary angle. Here angle AOC and angle COB, if we add these two angle, it's become 180 degree, therefore it is known as a supplementary angle. The pair of adjacent angle whose sum is straight angle is called as a linear pair. Okay, remember this. What is linear pair? When the two adjacent angle, these are the this angle AOC and COB also linear pair because its sum is 180 degree. Two right angle always supplement to each other. Then what is meant by complementary angle? If the sum of the two angle is 90 degree, then it is called as complementary angle. Here angle COB is a right angle and angle AOC and angle AOB whose sum, if we add these two angle, the sum is 90 degree, therefore it is called as a complementary angle. Angle COA plus angle AOB is 90 degree. Then what is adjacent angle? I think all of you know that. The angles that have common arm and common vertex are called adjacent angle. Here angle AOC and angle AOB is having common arm AO and common vertex O. Therefore these two angles is called as adjacent angle. Vertically opposite angle. So I think all of you know that. What is opposite angle? Here in figure this angle B, is equal to angle D, and both these two are the vertically opposite angle, and angle A and angle C are the opposite angle. When two lines intersect at when two lines intersect, the angles form opposite to each other at the point of intersection are called as vertically opposite angle. Okay, there are two lines, they are intersect and the four angles are formed, and the angles which are opposite to each other or they are in front of each other, they are known as a opposite vertically opposite angle. Here in this figure, x and y are the two lines which are intersect at point, let's say O. Then angle A and C is one of the pair of vertically opposite angle, and angle B and D is one of the pair of vertically opposite angle. Now what is corresponding angle? This is important. I think all of you know that. What is corresponding angle? Here in this figure, if these are the two parallel lines, I am saying a parallel lines. Okay, or two lines, when two lines may be parallel or may not be parallel, when two lines are intersect by third line, then pair of angles is formed. So out of that, here the angle 1 and angle 5 are the corresponding angle, one of the pair of corresponding angle. Again, angle 2 and angle 6 is one of the pair of corresponding angle. Angle 4 and angle 8 is also one of the angle of corresponding, one of the pair of corresponding angle. Angle 3 and angle 7 is also one of the pair of corresponding angle. When two lines are parallel, corresponding angles are equal. This remember. Now if this line A and B, if it is parallel, then this all the corresponding angles that we have discussed just now are equal. Let's say angle 1 and angle 5 are equal, angle 2 and angle 6 are equal, 4 and 8 equal, 3 and 7 are equal. Now what is alternate angles? So there are two types of alternate angles: alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles. If two lines are parallel, then these alternate angles are also equal. 3 and 5 is one of the pair of alternate angle. If A and B are parallel, then these two are equal. Again 4 and 6, one of the pair of alternate angle, these two are equal when these lines are parallel. Again angle 1 and angle 7 are equal when this line A and B are parallel. Again 2 and 8 is one of the pair of external alternate angle. So again we are going to repeat parallel lines. Here A and B are the two parallel lines intersect by line P. The line P is called as transversal, that which intersect two or more lines at a distinct point. These are the two distinct points. As in figure, when the transversal intersect two lines, 8 angles are formed. Let us consider the detail in tabular form for easy to reference. Here interior angles, what are the interior angles? 3, 4, 5, 6. These 4 are the interior angles. Exterior angles 1, 2, 7, 8 are the exterior angle. Vertically opposite angle 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7, 6, 8. These are the pair of vertically opposite angle. Corresponding angle 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 4 and 8, 3 and 7. Then interior alternate angle 3 and 5, 4 and 6. Exterior alternate angle 1 and 6, 2 and 5. Sorry, 3 and 5, 4 and 6 are interior, 1 and 7 and 2 and 8. Interior angles on the same side of travels. Interior angles on the same side of transversal. Which are the interior angles on the same side of transversal? 3 and 6 and 4 and 5. If this line are parallel, the addition of these two angles are, I think all of you know it. What is the addition? Yes, definitely the addition must be 180 degree. Then and then we can say that this line A and this line B is parallel when the sum of these interior angles are 180 degree. Okay. Again, we will repeat that. When transversal intersect two parallel lines, these are the two parallels. This transversal intersect these two parallel lines. P is the transversal which intersect the A and B. So what will happen? The corresponding angles are equal. The vertically opposite angles are equal. The alternate interior angles 3 and 5, 4 and 6 are equal. The exterior alternate angles are equal. 1 and 7 equal, 2 and 8 are equal. The pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal is supplementary. These angles are 3 and 6 and 4 and 5 are supplementary. Means the addition of these two angle or sum of these two angle is 180 degree. We can say that the lines are parallel if they can verify at least one of the forementioned condition. So let's say that these are the 5 conditions. If out of that any one condition is satisfied, then we can say that this line A parallel to line B. Okay, so I will give you one simple example in order to find out the angles. Okay, once you able to solve this numerical, definitely you are able to solve the numerical of statics. So this is, I will provide you the guarantee or the confidence that you must have, if you able to solve this problem, you will definitely going to understand the subject statics. So if lines M and N parallel to each other, then determine the angle 5 and 7. आपको 5 and angle 5 and 7 आपको find करना है. Okay, so here angle 2 is given 125 degree. Only one angle is given. So these two lines are equal. Then can we say that angle 2 is equal to 4 because they are vertically opposite angle. So what is this angle? 125 degree. As this angle is 125, these two lines are parallel. Addition of 4 and 5 is 180 degree. So what is the angle 5? So 180 minus 125, it is 55 degrees. So 5 is 55 degree and 5 is equal to 7. So 7 is also 55 degree. Okay, so this is quite simple numerical. This is basic that you must know while study this subject. Sometimes the parallel property of the lines may not be mentioned in the problem statement, and the lines may seems to be parallel to each other, but they may not be. It is important to determine whether two lines are parallel by verifying the angles and not by the looks. तो आपको क्या करना है? आपको ये चेक करना है whether that 5 condition we have discussed in previous slide, out of that anyone is satisfied or not. जब ये satisfied हो रहा है तो आपको समझना है M and N are parallel to each other. Okay. So again, for your understanding, I will explain. So parallel line rules. So these two are the alternate angles, interior, both are equal. This is the alternate exterior angle which is shown by light blue color, dark blue color, and the corresponding angle. These two are the corresponding angle. These two are corresponding angle. So which shows equal color having the equal magnitude. Okay. Sum of interior angles is equal to n minus 2 into 180 degrees. So you have to remember that. Types of triangle: acute triangle, obtuse, right angle triangle, equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, and scalene. So these are the different types of triangles are there. I think you have learned in 9th standard also itself. So thank you friends. I hope that you are enjoying this first lecture of engineering mechanics. Thank you.